I'm going to tell you about powerful. It's about the Jaisetti's 7 ways to ensure heartbreak doesn't break you. And heartbreak is an event that everyone wants to avoid. When it hits, it can feel like the world is crashing down around you. It can cause you to question your goodness, your worthiness, and what you know to be true. For some, the loss is as painful as death. It doesn't have to be this way. Heartbreak doesn't have to break you. Instead, it can make you stronger. One On a recent episode of On Purpose, Jai Shetty said hope for anyone dealing with heartbreak. He has advice on how to move on, learn from it, and come out more beautiful in the end. Get on my level. The deeper the connection in a relationship, the harder it will be to get over the breakup. According to Jai Shetty, there are 5 levels of connection in any relationship: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and familial. The more points of connection that exist in a relationship, the deeper that relationship is. Unfortunately, both parties in a relationship doesn't always feel the same level of connection, which leads to more pain and confusion for at least one of them. JCT believes that understanding the points of connection is not only vital for a healthy relationship but also for having the ability to move on if it ends. 7 ways to not let heartbreak break you. JCT knows how painful heartbreak can be. He understands the scary feeling of wondering how to move forward without someone who has meant so much. He acknowledges that telling someone to just forget it and move on doesn't help. This article contains is a compassionate encouragement for how to pick up the pieces, process through the pain and come out whole in the end. He also shares 7 ways not to let heartbreak break you. Step 1: weigh the bad more than the good. After a relationship ends, it is easy to reminisce and mourn the good times while seeming to forget the unhealthy parts that led to the relationship's demise in the first place. Well-meaning people may encourage forgetting and moving on, but Jayaseti believes that it's unrealistic. I'm not going to tell you to do that because I already know that you are going to dwell on it. Jessity told listeners, I already know that you are going to think about it, but uh, I'm not going to tell you to do that because you already know that you are going to dwell on it. Jessity told listeners, I already know that you are going to think about it, but let me tell you how I want you to think about it. Write down all that went wrong. He continued, being realistic about the relationship isn't meant to stir up pain or bitterness. It's vital to be honest about the issues within the relationship that led to its failure. Does it believe seeing these things helps a person process through two things: the wrong things they are responsible for, giving them a space to own, and acknowledging what they did, and with the commitment to learn and do better next time. The wrong things they are responsible for. First is the wrong things they are responsible for, giving them a space to own, and acknowledging what they did with the commitment to learn and do better next time. The realization that the other person was not the best choice. City warned listeners to be careful not to fall into what Teach calls familiar pain versus unfamiliar pain. Unfamiliar pain occurs when the relationship ends. This type of pain is natural and working through it is a normal process. I am in a new territory. I explained Jayasati describing what's going on in the mind of someone is in unfamiliar pain. I am single again. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how they feel. I don't know how I feel. I don't know how to move on. Familiar pain, however, is another story. Familiar pain occurs when a person chooses to stay even knowing the relationship is wrong because they are afraid of the unknown. Choosing the familiar may seem more sensible, but it's not best in the long run. We often choose knowing over goodness. Say Said Jai Shetty, we would rather know what's going to happen than expect to be treated with respect and worth. When you write down what went wrong, I would rather know what's going to happen than expect to be treated with respect and worth. When you write down what went wrong, you give your mind the gift of awareness that the breakup was for the best. You dodged a bullet, Seti said. You were saved. If this person doesn't want to be with you, why are you going to force them to be with you? If the person doesn't want to be with you, why are you going to force them to be with you? Simple question. Am I right? Step 2. Write down why they were wrong. It's impossible to forget about a last love completely. Out of sight, out of mind doesn't work. No matter how hard a person tries, healing requires dealing with the problem, and that means you have to get close to it. Write down everything that they personally didn't do right to you. Just it instructed, write a quality or attribute the way they spoke to you, the way they treated you. I want to again be certain within yourself that it was good you broke up. Awareness comes from getting closer to what went wrong, and awareness makes it possible to move on. Wrestles with the way you talk about yourself. How a person defines themselves or their relationship will shape the way they see themselves. It's normal to feel hurt and vulnerable after a breakup, but words have power. It's important to be kind to yourself with your words, especially specifically don't use the word broken. He explains that when something is broken, it's defective or needs to be replaced. Saying things like this about oneself can wear down a person's self worth and self confidence. Only what you had together may be broken. Jesse said, "You are not broken." So important for us to be so mindful and conscious of the language we allow, because the more you say I am broke, the more you feel broken. Wear good thoughts like good clothing. Thoughts shape so much of a person's self worth. Refuse to think thoughts that are negative or degrading. Just as you would refuse to wear a poor fitting or ugly piece of clothing, it's easy to fall into negative thinking during vulnerable times. Don't. To help listeners avoid negative thoughts, there's a challenges readers to think LIFE thoughts instead. L. Do I like this thought? Like. Do I like this thought? I. Is this thought insightful? Is this thought insightful? Insightful I. F. Does this thought help me move forward? Does this thought help me move forward? Forward. F. Does this thought help me escape or elevate? Does this thought help me escape or elevate? E. Do your thoughts fit the future you want to create? Do your thoughts fit the future you want to create? If not, get rid of them. You can't stop thinking, but you can change your thoughts. Jayashetty concluded. Step 5. Wrap yourself in confidence. Confidence typically takes the biggest hit in a breakup, and it can be hard to recover. People who have their identity completely wrapped up in the relationship can find it difficult to regain their confidence. Your confidence is what is hurt and toned down after a breakup. Jayashetty explained, your confidence became as strong as that relationship was because you gave everything right. We have this bad habit of making something our everything, and then we put all our confidence into a relationship. Stop putting your confidence into people and things, he said. Instead, Jayashetty encouraged listeners to build their confidence by focusing on the three E's. That is, first is exercise, next is third, eating right, energy of the people around you. Sometimes the end of a relationship can be the best thing for the restoring confidence. Adopting the three E's in the launching pad for success. Step 6. Watch healing bring transformation. Kintsugi, the ancient Japanese tradition, restores broken pottery by fusing the pieces back together with silver or gold. Jayashetty sees this as a beautiful example of hope after breakup. When something is broken, we usually throw it away. JCT explained the Japanese believe that if you can put something back together, it actually becomes more beautiful. Any scar, any wound, any pain actually makes you more beautiful, he said. If you pull yourself together again after, it makes you more beautiful. It makes you more attractive, more powerful, and it makes you stronger. Welcome the light. So step 7. So often wounds and flaws are hidden or covered up, but JCT believes wounds have a purpose and potential for beauty. They are what allow you to become a better, more wholesome, and more powerful, more beautiful, more incredible, more amazing individual, he said. Heartbreak does not have to lead to brokenness. Following these 7 steps will ensure a path to a new future, one that's full of positive thinking, strength, and beauty. Work diligently to discover the hidden beauty in heartbreak and watch life flourish once again. Thank you.